Hi guys, we're back with another video, but today we're going to go dress shopping. We need to find a dress for our cousin's birthday party this coming weekend, Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are both going to go look for a dress, and you guys are going to be with us today, so let's go.
Yep. So we're headed to, we're probably going to go to Macy's right now. It said formal on the invitation, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be her 30th birthday celebration. So she's throwing herself a huge party and we are going to attend and have some fun. I haven't danced in a while, actually. I'm excited to dance.
I know she said to bring our dancing shoes, so yeah. I'm excited.
We have her son Roy in the back and her daughter Serenity in the back of the car.
They're joining us today, so we have a little bit, yeah, mom life, exactly. A little bit more company than usual.
Yeah.
We wanted to tell you guys about a time when we got lost on the river.
That's right.
It was scary. And just basically like it was just like an unknown ending, and we weren't sure what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
So we went to go cruising down the river. It's not really, what is it called? I guess it's called floating. It's called floating. You take your inner tubes and we go and you float down the river. So I've been there before myself, and you usually start off at the starting point. Well, this time we didn't start off at the starting point because the gas station we went to air up our tubes was closed. So we just decided to go to the end of the river and just stay there and hang out and swim instead of, you know, floating for the day. So we were there, we were all hanging out, and my sister decided to air up her tube by mouth, and so we all just started to air up our own tubes, and we just decided, let's just air them up, why not? So go ahead, Natalie, tell the rest.
So I get into the river with my boyfriend in the inner tube, and we're floating, and then as we're floating, we're hanging onto the rope that was hanging onto the tree, and so that the river wouldn't take us away. And so at that point I said, well, why not let go? Let's just go down the river. So we did, and I don't.
By the way, that was the end of the normal route that, you know, if you're going to go cruising on the river, that's the end route.
Typically,
that's the end.
You
would get off of the river right there.
Yeah.
But my sister decided to go ahead and go down.
Go further down. I didn't realize that you couldn't, and I didn't realize it was dangerous to do so. So
yes.
So my boyfriend and I, we let go of the rope, and my sister's like, no, like, what are you doing? No, Natalie. Oh my gosh. So she decides to get on her inner tube and the double inner tube with her and our friend, and so they were floating behind us like, no, you guys don't go down there. It's like dangerous, and someone died a couple weeks ago going down that river, and we don't know what happened. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay. So the whole time we're trying to
stop.
So we decided we need to stop. However, we could not stop for the life of us. Like, the river was so strong, the current was so strong to where we would find a branch to hold on to so we could try to pull ourselves out of the river, but it would break, or it was just impossible to to stop. The inner tube that's how strong it was.
Yes.
So we're just floating down the river for a couple hours.
Well, I jumped in my tube and started floating behind them because I thought that would be the smart thing to do. I was like, okay, where are they gonna go? The best thing to do is just go follow them.
Yeah.
So I did that, and they were trying to stop, but we were trying. It was like a double inner tube, so we were trying to stop as well, and then we got stuck. Like maybe a couple minutes later, we got stuck like in this whirlpool where the water was just spinning around like a little tunnel, and we couldn't get out of it. We could not get out of it for like for anything. We could not. One side of the double inner tube popped, so our friend that was on that side was hanging off from the branch, and he told us to just leave him there.
Like,
and
can I reenact it? He's like, no, you guys just let me go. Just leave me here. You guys save yourself. Just go.
And he was dead serious, by the way.
He was really serious, but at the same time, he did have like a few beers, so I'm not sure if that impacted, like, whatever had an impact on what he was saying. I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
He's like, just go, leave me here. Don't worry, I'll be fine. You guys go. So obviously we didn't do that, and we figured out a way to get him back into the tube.
Yeah, I told him to hang on to my side of the tube, and then I guess shortly after, we finally, or Natalie and her boyfriend finally got a hold of a branch and was able to climb out. It took a while, but they were able to do that. We were able to tag along and get out as well. And keep in mind, we were in our bikinis and barefooted.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It was
And
horrible.
on the opposite side of the river, and we didn't know where we were at all. Like there was no roads, no city lights or anything, and the sun was already going down. So we were lost. And all we had to do. Oh, you want to tell them about the beehive?
Oh yeah. So we finally get out. We see a field. We're like, where are we at? Let's just walk back, to where we came from. However, we didn't realize how far we floated away from our original spot. So we went through. There was a field, a cornfield or whatever, and it was actually very scary looking. And then we saw a beehive with so many bees. We had to pass it in order to go through our path to go back to our spot. So that was very frightening, and we were barefooted. So we were walking like about a couple miles, and then we see a house. And at that point, we needed help because we didn't know how to get back to where we were from. And so we saw a house. My sister and I ran to the house, and my boyfriend and our friend they were behind us, and they were like telling us not to do this. But at this point, we didn't really care what anybody had to say. We just wanted to survive and get out of there alive because it was getting dark. So we ran up to this house. We knocked on the door, and this man came out, and he's like, "Yeah, I could take you guys back to your guys' spot. You guys are about 10 minutes away from your spot, like in a car." We're like, "Really?" So imagine walking distance. It would have taken about like an hour or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead and tell
Okay.
us.
So during the time I wanted to rewind for a second.
Yeah.
During the time we're walking past the corn field, it reminded me because a little bit, I guess it was maybe a couple weeks before that, in our city there was a murder, and that person was found shredded up in a cornfield, And
That's
so
the second.
that's why we were really scared.
But before that, someone had died in that river, going down that river. And,
Yeah.
So that's two like scary situations that had happened. We didn't know about it until we're floating on the river, and my sister decides to tell us that somebody
Exactly.
died on that river.
Yeah.
We're like, why didn't you tell us this before?
Well, because it would ruin the chance to go floating down the river to begin with. I don't know. You probably would have said no. Who knows?
What happened?
Okay, hear this out. We went to after we got into the truck, with the nice gentleman that decided to help us out. In the back seat of his truck, there was an axe.
There was an axe
So
right on the
that freaked us
floorboard.
out.
So we're right on the floorboard, and so my sister, were you in the back? Marcos was in the front. No,
yeah.
Rosie was in the front.
Oh,
Rosario was in the front. Me, Marcos, my boyfriend, and my sister were all in the back, and we looked down, and we're like, no, Marcos wasn't in the front. He was in the front.
oh, Rosario was in the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're like taking turns.
That's right.
And so we're looking at each other like, eyeing the axe. We're like, we're dead. Like, we just this had to
He's a
end this
murderer.
way. I mean, we couldn't have
Just
gotten
kidding.
better, right? From everything that had happened. Anyways, no, it didn't end up happening like that. He ended up being a nice gentleman, taking us back to our to the
Original spot.
Mm-hmm. And we obviously thanked him. But it was like the most terrifying life experiencing event that happened to us. And that was. Anyways, that's the end of the story.
And we never went floating again.
No, not until that. No.
Actually, I don't think I.
Oh, actually, I have. But
she has.
water parks.
Water parks.
The
There
crazy
you go.
river.
Yeah, a little crazy river from the water parks. Anyways, that's our little crazy story of the day.
Yeah.
So we're at the store right now, and we're going to be looking around. So enjoy.
We are exiting Express, and Valerie puts 2 items on hold.
Yeah.
Cute, really cute dresses. But I'm still looking, so we're gonna see if we find any other stores that can fit my expectations right now. So we'll see once we get into that store. Comment below with hashtag mom life if you know what it is to live in the mom life. Clothing lot. Yes. This is where we're at. Oh yeah, I see some.
I'm gonna find my Thea a dress a size large, so just go look for it. If you see it, help me.
Yes.
Large.
Okay, go ahead and take that.
So It's a large. This one's a large.
Better.
Uh-huh. So I'm gonna try to look for other dresses for my Thea. Let's see if she likes them. And they can't be too short.
So I think we both found our dresses. I'll show you guys my dress later because I haven't purchased it yet. I wanted to see if I find anything else. But yeah, I think we both found it. Okay, you guys, we are done shopping for the day. We both found dresses, and you will see them on us the day of, which is Friday, in a couple more days when we're going to be vlogging the actual event. So you guys will see how we turn out. Hi guys, we are here at the party and we're having a good time and we're so there's people looking at us, so it's kind of awkward, but we are going to go back upstairs, go back to new dancing. They have a DJ, they have a dance floor, so we're gonna get going. You guys will see a little bit of it. Just to let you guys know, this is like a Mexican, true Mexican party, so you guys will get a little gist of that too. All right, we'll see you guys in a bit.
Let's get it. All right. Let's get it. All right. Let's get it.